feeling like I'm Akademiks.
It's slightly political, but give me some grace here, because I'm going to connect it to something that we do care about. There is some new breaking news that's coming down. And this new breaking news is, give me a second, it's saying just in, former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the next few days. Three sources familiar tell MSNBC that FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. Listen to this.
Three sources familiar tell MSNBC former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted in the coming days. The full extent of the charges being prepared against Comey is unclear. Joining us now, MSNBC Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delanian and MSNBC Senior Investigative Correspondent Carol Lenig, Chris O'Leary, Ashley.
Okay, now this is a little bit scary. Now I'm going to tell you why it kind of does matter a bit. First and foremost, we all know FBI directors. I believe James Comey was succeeded by Kash Patel. Let's look. FBI directors. Let's look at the list. So this is FBI director. This is wait. Oh no. Okay. So Kash Patel is the one now, but Comey did serve until 2017. Never mind. So yeah. So then there was Andrew McCabe. He served for a few months, and then we had Christopher Wray, who was pretty much Biden's. It was pretty much Biden's guy, right? Kash Patel is a new guy. Now, interesting enough, and this is the only reason why I'm bringing this up, because I know y'all like, this is like some politics Trump shit. James Comey, which was a former FBI director, he's now getting indicted. Remember who his daughter is. His daughter is Maurene Comey. Maurene Comey is the person who tried the Diddy case. Okay? She was fired months ago, right after the Diddy case collapsed and they didn't get the win for the sex trafficking or the RICO. What it was told to her is that Washington made the call. Now, a lot of us, we thought, well, you probably leaned in too much thinking you were going to get a conviction on Diddy, and that's why you lost your job. But some people, and even I, thought, well, that's not how it works. A U.S. attorney, she's an AUSA, which means an assistant U.S. attorney. So she doesn't pick the cases. She leads the team that prosecutes the cases, but she doesn't pick the cases. You have to be a U.S. attorney, and U.S. attorneys are appointed by the president. Okay? It was Damian Johnson, I believe. I think that's his last name, that filed the case against Diddy. However, Damian Johnson was ousted because Trump got into office and he picked his person, and Johnson just resigned. But Maurene Comey kind of seemingly took the hit right around the time that Diddy supposedly beat the case. What was interesting about that is that we all connected that to the Diddy thing, saying, oh, you fucked up. This was malicious prosecution. And, not saying that Trump would ever pardon Diddy, but, you went too hard trying to get Diddy in jail. The new news I'm playing, it's more likely that this may have been the thing. That maybe Trump instructed a federal review of former FBI Director James Comey, and it was probably known that he was either under investigation or might be at some point indicted, and it was probably not in the best interest to have a AUSA, who is a federal prosecutor, to be his daughter. So they got rid of her. They axed her. So it's not Diddy, but this is politics. Highest politics,
Ashley Parker still with us. Carol, help us understand the reporting.
So, Katie, we have some sources who say that for several weeks now, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Virginia, and actually in offices that are...
Okay, so this is not coming out of... So Maurene Comey worked in the Southern District of New York. So this is coming out of Virginia, though.
potentially much further south than Alexandria, have been eyeing ways to indict Comey, and they are getting very much closer. The statute of limits, rephrase, they are arguing that Comey, there is evidence to suggest Comey lied to Congress in his testimony on the Hill in September of 2020. And for viewers out in the audience who may not be legally as nerdy as me and Ken, I'll just say that there's a statute of limitations to charge people with the crime of lying to Congress or perjury, and that's 5 years. The 5-year statute runs this month.
So what exactly is he accused of lying about, Ken?
Oh, wow. So look like James Comey, which, by the way, I don't know. What's interesting, I want to get political here. Let's look up. Oh, that's some other shit. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk. Oh, that's some other shit. Wow. Let's look up Trump on James Comey. Let's look at his. Half of this shit is politics, chat. Let's see. Look,
he's a
so he got fired. So Trump on the firing of James Comey. Listen to him.
showboat. He's a grandstander. The FBI has been in turmoil. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. You take a look at the FBI a year ago. It was in virtual turmoil less than a year ago. It hasn't recovered from that.
Monday, you met with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
Did you ask for recommendations?
What I did is I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Now, keep in mind, that, again, Comey's now, and by the way, one thing I realized about Trump, all his ops got to get it. He don't, like, remember that what he said at Charlie Kirk's memorial? Trump, I hate my opponent. Like, Trump know they try to throw his ass in jail. He not fucking with
Through it
nothing.
all, the core of Charlie's message and his basic method never changed. It never really changed. He stayed the same person also. At every campus event, Charlie asked the people who disagreed with him to come forward, and instead of silencing them, he handed them a microphone and let them speak. And he'd convinced so many of them. It was a pretty amazing thing to watch, actually. Shortly before Charlie arrived on campus, the day he was assassinated, a staff member texted him that there were many critics and students who were opposed to his views, and rather strenuously in the crowd. And that actually made him feel good, because he wanted to convince them. He understood. He really did. He understood. Charlie wrote back to the staff member. In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent.
So, keep in mind, this is 8 years ago. Trump wasn't rocking with this Comey nigga for a minute. Yo, chat, politics got way more drama than Cardi B and Offset. Trust me.
Decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Because in your letter you said I accepted their recommendation.
Yeah, well,
so you
also,
had already made the decision.
I was going to fire regardless of recommendation.
So there was really
he made a recommendation. He's highly respected, very good guy, very smart guy. The Democrats like him, the Republicans like him. He made a recommendation, but regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey, knowing there was no good time to do it. And in fact, when I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. It's an excuse by the Democrats for having lost an election that they should have won. And the reason they should have won it is...
So I believe Comey and the FBI at the time, there's some funny business with them investigating Trump for some Russia shit. And Trump put them niggas on the op list for that. Like, all right, I'm gonna get up with y'all niggas. Yo, you know when them Chicago niggas like Lil Reese give you one of these? I'm gonna get up with y'all niggas. Get back to got no date. So Trump fires a nigga when he gets elected. And then he loses the next, in 2020, and they try to put him in jail. And Trump was like, oh, word? Yo, when I get back, Yo, when I get back, it's war for you niggas. And he got back, and now he trying to throw them niggas in jail. Yo, politics is dirty. They try to throw Trump in jail. Trump trying to throw their ass in jail. Fuck it. And that's why I think that daughter had to dip. They be like, man, get his daughter the fuck on out of here too.
Is the Electoral College is almost impossible for a Republican to win. It's very hard because you start off at such a distance.
Was it in a phone call? Did you meet face to face?
I had a dinner with him. He wanted to have dinner because he wanted to stay on. We had a very nice dinner at the White House very early on. A dinner was arranged. I think he asked for the dinner. And he wanted to stay on as the FBI head. And I said, I'll consider. We'll see what happens. But we had a very nice dinner.
Is that Comey?
I appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation. Why did you put that in there?
Because he told me that. I mean, when I did this now, I said, I probably, maybe will confuse people. Maybe I'll expand that, I'll lengthen the time because it should be over with. It should, in my opinion, should have been over with a long time ago because all it is an excuse. But I said to myself, I might even lengthen out the investigation, but I have to do the right thing for the American people. He's the wrong man for that position.
Let me ask you about your termination letter to Mr. Comey. You write, I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation. Why did you put that in there?
Because he told me that. I mean, he told me
He told you weren't under investigation
yeah,
with
and
regard to the Russian investigation?
I've heard that from others. I think.
Was it in a phone call? Did you meet face to face?
I had a dinner with him. He wanted to have dinner because he wanted to stay on. We had a very, in one case I called him, in one case he called me.
And did you ask, am I under investigation?
I actually asked him, yes. I said, if it's possible, would you let me know, am I under investigation? He said, you are not under investigation.
But he's given sworn testimony that there was an ongoing investigation into the Trump campaign and possible collusion with the Russian government. You were the centerpiece.
Yo, Trump leaves no op. Every op got to get it from Trump. So, okay, so that happens, right? And Trump fires him, right? Trump loses the election, and they try to put Trump in jail. But Trump is doubling back, suspend the block, and now Trump got his daughter fired. Look, because Maurene Comey tried to sue based on, she said, why did I get fired? Look, she wanted to sue. Look, she's suing the Department of Justice.
We are getting some breaking news in. Maurene Comey, of course, the former SDNY prosecutor who was fired without real justification, at least what we have heard, is now apparently suing the DOJ over her firing. What more are you learning?
So she filed a complaint today in the Southern District of New York, of course, where she served as a prosecutor, alleging that her firing, Ariel, was without cause, without advance notice, and without any opportunity to contest it. That, according to her lawyers in this complaint, was both unlawful and unconstitutional. I should also note Maurene Comey was a member of the teams that prosecuted not only Sean Diddy Combs, but Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and was lauded for her participation in both cases.
Keep in mind as well, this is why politics is so crazy, Chad. Remember, Trump goes through this Epstein shit recently. They start getting on Trump talking about, yo, is your name in the Epstein files, this, that, and the third. The one prosecutor that worked the Epstein case the best, that would, remember they were like, oh, we're gonna question his mistress because Epstein dead. We're gonna question her. We're gonna do whatever. The one person who really know that case, remember they on Trump like, yo, Trump, blah 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 blah. So already Trump don't like the father, and now the daughter gonna be the person that everybody's saying is the guru to the case. They trying to link him with. Also, she gets a dub, or she fucks up on this Diddy case, and now you trying to get her pops in the slammer. Man, get her out of here, man.
Cases, we'll have to pay attention to see how fast this case moves and whether or not Maurene Comey, who served with distinction for many years, is reinstated to her position as a prosecutor with the Department of Justice.
I'm thinking of this question as you're talking. There have been so many firings by the Trump administration lately. It's been dizzying. You had the CDC director. You have
cases are different in kind. For example, Lisa Cook has a very different kind of case as a member.
Okay. Look, and they're going to say it. They said it came from Washington. Here we go. Nah, yo, this is some House of Cards shit. I'm like, yo, I'm glad I'm not into politics because, well, first of all, they clapping niggas now. They clapping niggas, and it's kind of clear depending on who you rocking with, they'll get your ass locked up too. This shit is some serious shit right here. Like, at least in hip hop, I just got to worry about some broke niggas that might have a stolen gun. Let's see.
A former federal prosecutor, Director James Comey, claims in the lawsuit that she was never given any cause for her removal and claims that she was fired because of who her father is. James Comey.
Yeah. The sins of the father goes to the daughter.
He was fired as FBI director back in 2017 after he testified the FBI was investigating ties between Russian election interference and the Trump campaign.
Yo, spin the ball.
Lisa, we are getting some breaking news, and Maurene Comey, of course, the former
People with the crime of lying to Congress or perjury.
MSNBC Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delanian and MSNBC.
Several weeks now, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Virginia, and actually in offices that are potentially much further south than Alexandria, have been eyeing ways to indict Comey, and they are getting very much closer. The statute of limits, rephrase, they are arguing that Comey, there is evidence to suggest Comey lied to Congress in his.
Like, this is why niggas like Hasanabi just be like, he's probably just eating, like, lovely. Because there's so much drama in politics, way more than rap.
Several weeks now, the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Virginia. And
just stop right there. Remember, U.S. attorneys get appointed by the president. Okay? They could fire them too. Usually they have a changeover if like a Democrat wins or whatever. Because the Department of Justice usually moves on the agenda of the president. Look, Eastern District of Virginia, U.S. Attorney. Look at this. Okay, here we go. I've never been on this page before. Give me 1 second. Look. Trump hires a new U.S. attorney. Look, if you think politics is not a nasty game, Trump just got a new U.S. attorney. First job, yo, go get my op. Get that nigga. Go get my op. Get that nigga now. Go get my op. So Trump gets a new U.S. attorney in Eastern Virginia, and the first thing this motherfucker got to go do, yo, let's spin. Let's get back game. Let's spin. We spinning right now. Fuck all that. Fuck all that shit. Let's go get that nigga. Chat, this shit, I'm telling you, this shit is way more entertaining than rap. I just want to stay out of it, though, even though this got the best stories. Trump hires, this is 4 days ago, chat. This is 4 days ago. This is 4 days ago. Attorney General Pam Bondi, which Pam Bondi works for Trump, tapped a new federal prosecutor in the Eastern District of New York after Eric Seibert resigned from the post amidst attack from Trump. When Trump don't fuck with you, like, again, it's better, they usually resign before they get fired or something, right? Let's see what Trump was saying about this person. Yo, let me tell you this. The pardon that Trump gonna sign for him and his family going out when he's about to leave president, like when he's not gonna be president no more, the pardon he's gonna sign is crazy. Because they know he's out here like playing like, yo, y'all try to get me? Fuck y'all niggas. I want all y'all niggas locked up. Fuck y'all. So you know when he gets out of presidency, what year is it? 2028? The next Democrat is licking. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be a Democrat that whatever. But if it's a Democrat, yo, 180 days they're gonna try to lock Trump up. But he gonna pardon him and everybody around him. And he gonna be sitting there looking at him like, so what happened now? Bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas. That's why Biden signed his shit, got his family good. Biden got his family good, so Trump tight like, man, this fuck nigga, I can't get him. I bet. I can't get you, but what about these other niggas? Let's get him, and him. Yo, you heard what Dirk said. Yo, if you can't get him, you better get the. Yo, come on. If you can't get the main nigga, then you better get his mans. That's how it is. This is some real shit. So this nigga,
The president is angry with Siebert because or with Letitia James because she won a business fraud case against him and his company.
oh, she's out of New York. She brought the business fraud shit. Oh yeah. Oh, Trump gonna get her ass. I ain't gonna cap with you.
We're joined now by Michael Moore, former U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Georgia. Michael, good to see you. I wonder, what is your reaction to the news of Mr. Siebert's apparent resignation?
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be with you. I'll tell you, I'm not surprised at all, and I think it's just more of sort of the same nonsense that we've seen.
Okay. All right. I'm getting too political.
Former FBI Director James Comey.
After we listen to this for like two minutes, we're gonna move on. But politics got the most drama. I'm telling y'all, chat. If y'all are interested in this, I'll get a like not some boring political stuff. And by the way, I don't care who you believe in or who you like. I just like the drama aspect of it, because the drama aspect of it is some real shit. Like, them niggas are playing blood sport. They're trying to get each other locked up, and it's all about favors. It's all about this. Like, trust me. Like, when Trump's out of office, he's gonna campaign like a motherfucker, because he need another MAGA nigga to take that throne. He can't have one of these like liberal niggas, because they gonna get. Yo, they're waiting for the get back. This is facts.
Down in the past few days. What we do know about this is the contours of what has to happen between now and Tuesday. So we know that the prosecutors are looking at the possibility that James Comey lied to Congress. That's according to sources that evidence.
Yo, the statute of limitations on lying to Congress or perjury is 5 years. It's the 5-year thing is about it, whatever. And Trump is like, no. I want my op. Get this nigga locked up. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got to remember, Trump felt dumb embarrassed when he had to get dragged to court, had to take mug shots, all of this shit, and people were saying he was going to jail. Yo, he's still tight over that. He's still like, yo, these niggas got to go for that. And these are some of the niggas. That's kind of crazy, huh?